from SMADA English Club. Good morning, everyone. Indonesian economic situation is recovering from the crisis caused by COVID-19 pandemic. This is good news in the midst of the emergence of a new COVID-19 variant and deteriorating global economy. But unfortunately, now Indonesia faces the highest inflation in 7 years in July 2022. But economics project inflation will get worse in 2023. I'm Rizqi Astuti Wikan Asyifa from SMADA English Club as host for today. SMADA English Club will discuss about the main challenges of Indonesia to be a great country. This year's inflation is estimated by the Executive Director of the Center of Reform Economics Core, Fachrizal, to sit 6% and worse next year because the subsidy cushion taken from export earnings of mainstay commodities is expected to fall in price next year. This is not the right time to blame each other. That's why I invite all of you to join this debate to find the solution about this case. First, please welcome our panel today. Mr. Fachrizal Maulana Hafiz. He is Minister of Economic Finance, graduated from Harvard University. Ms. Fifin Dita Utami. She was the leader of the biggest Indonesian farmer community. Ms. Amalya Sherlytha. She is Minister of Education and Culture, graduated from Maulana University. And last but not least, actually, Ms. Refa Juliawati. She is the principal that active in social media talk about Indonesian economic condition. This debate is attended of our parents, teacher, headmaster, and academic advisor. Please welcome our panels and all the audience. This year's inflation is estimated by the Executive Director of the Center of Reform Economics Core, Fachrizal, to sit 6% and worse next year because the subsidy cushion taken from export earnings of mainstay commodities is expected to fall in price next year. Mr. Abi, I know that inflation has a big impact on the economic sector. How do you see about this?
Thank you for the time, Mrs. Wikan. Inflation in Indonesia is currently horrendous. The price of goods and services is doubled. This increase makes people feel difficult, especially the lower middle class. As a few months ago in Indonesia, there was a shortage of cooking oil. The scarcity is due to the hoarding of cooking oil. Therefore, much middle class buy up the availability of cooking oil that is short in the market. So, the lower middle class has difficulty to buy cooking oil because of the abnormal selling price. This has a big impact on the economy in our country. Therefore, I think we must now undertake a confectionery fiscal policy, that is by reducing state spending and increasing tax rates by making an income greater than spending, so that we can reduce people's purchasing power and overcome inflation that's across.
Sorry, Mr. Abid, I've got your conversation. I don't agree. Then you talk about that file. We also have to talk about the file like in education. Because in the file of education, there is also inflation. In my opinion, inflation is not only found in the economic file but also in education, especially the school environment. Inflation in the file of education is increasing. This is making progress in the file of education. One of them, I creating new building, renovated school and school uniform. As principal, I support inflation in school because inflation can make school more advanced in countries. However, this also makes pros and cons with the school residents, especially parents. Inflation in the school environment is the cost of material for uniform, building money, and money more. Thank you.
Okay, direct explanation from our Minister of Finance and our principal that active in Indonesian economic condition on social media, Mr. Hafiz and Ms. Refa. Inflation turns out have a bad impact on our economy and to school condition. Even this has happened several years ago. So, what about the education sector for more detail? Let's ask our Minister of Education and Culture, Ms. Amalya Sherlytha.
Thanks for the time, Ms. Wikan. Education grow, effort economy grow, and vice versa. In developed countries, the government attention to the development of the education sector is very large. Learning from several developed countries, the government must take strategic steps in an effort to build national education. Investment in education will significantly encourage economic progress and create social welfare. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Amalya Sherlytha. Inflation affects the economy. It will automatically disrupt the education sector and vice versa. Viewers must be curious about our agriculture, that one of Indonesia's biggest incomes. Let's listen to the opinion from Ms. Fifin Utami as a farmer group leader.
Okay, thank you for the time, Ms. Wikan. Inflation increases can be seen in the agricultural sector, where high inflation causes the prices of agricultural products to become expensive. If these prices rise, many people are reluctant to shop for agricultural products. In the end, the farmers will lose and the farmers' welfare will be low. The decline in farmer welfare will reflect what the average purchasing power of crop farmers has decreased. Thank you.
Well, surprisingly, there is not just be impacted to economic sector, but inflation be impacted to agriculture sector too. The education sector also has an impact. However, the impact of inflation on this sector is not too pronounced. Government should pay attention to this matter, thinking about the right acts before the situation gets worse. Audience, does anyone have an opinion on this case? Okay, thank you. If not, we say thank you for you to join this debate. I'm Rizqi, Astuti, Wikan, Asyifa. Thank you for watching this live streaming on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. From SMADA Rizqi says goodbye and thank you.